These are the topics that a high value woman never, ever brings up. Ladies, we are elevated. We are at a whole other level, and there's some conversations we just simply refuse to have. Can I get an amen? Okay, so my name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship teacher and principal here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where my coaches and I teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that quality men completely adore. Can I get an amen? Amen. Okay, let's go. So, 5 topics a high value woman does not bring up. One is her ex. Never, ever bring up your ex. I know sometimes we think, but I'm bringing it up in a good way. Oh, babe, you're so much better than my ex. My ex was such a bozo. He was such a loser. That is not a compliment. That is not how we compliment a man. We do not compare him to the loser and then proclaim him to be the better man. He is a better man because he is a better man. He is a better man because he treats you right. Compliment the way that he treats you. Compliment the way that he shows up for you. But for goodness sakes, do not compliment him because he is better than your ex. This shows that you have no real finesse. And furthermore, it shows that you date rubbishy men, because if all he has to do is be better than your ex, then he's not really going to feel like he's got a compliment, because clearly your ex was not even good enough. This Swans is the new portal for the Black Swan Relationship Academy. The House of Swans is where you will be able to completely access me and those of you who are serious, focused, and committed to your Black Swan journey. In the House of Swans, you will get access to many of the courses in the academy depending on your subscription level. But most importantly, you will get the exclusive courses I am creating only for the women in the House of Swans. So far, we've been talking about the power dynamics between men and women, sharing things that I will never share on public platforms, giving you insight so you understand how power flows between the masculine and the feminine. I'm also sharing about how to be completely and totally unforgettable in the bedroom, how to get a man to be completely and absolutely generous with you. And all you have to do to be a part of this elite society is to click the link in bio. And if you're watching this on Instagram, comment the word swans and a link will be sent to you. Love you lots. The second one is a high value woman never threatens to leave a relationship when she knows she's not going to leave the relationship. A high value woman will never use a threat to control a man, to manipulate a man. Because the moment you issue that threat, if you don't do this, I'm out. And you don't go, because half the time when we're manipulating and trying to exploit a man, we don't actually follow through with the consequences that we've laid out. We have to be clear about our emotional mastery. If he knows he can sweet talk you into staying, he will never respect you. And men do not love women they don't respect. They do not commit to women they do not respect. It is better for you to actually pack your stuff and walk away, to actually say goodbye and end it, than to say it is over and then change your mind, at least immediately. We have to be women that never issue threats unless we absolutely have every intention of following through. Number 3. Implying a man is not capable and competent of meeting your needs. I was in my comments on Instagram, and this girl was very proud of herself. She's like, yeah, that's what I told him. He doesn't even know how to be a man. And then he was upset that I said that. And I'm like, this is how we hemorrhage decent relationships. Perhaps the man's a loser, but if you feel that it's completely okay for you to tell a man how to be a man, then sis, you are totally delusional. You cannot tell a man how to be a man in the same way that a woman cannot tell a man cannot tell a woman how to be a woman. We can only be the best version of ourselves, and if the man that is being presented to us is not man enough for us, then we can politely and with a lot of dignity, grace, and elegance say our goodbyes. We don't have to diminish him, because if that guy that you think is not man enough for you is man enough for some other woman who would be happy to have him. My pastor always used to say, be careful how you treat people, because he may not be your husband, but one day he's going to be somebody else's husband. So be careful how you treat other people's husbands. And if we can live by the law of honor and respect regardless, we can only have it come back to us. If he's not your guy and you feel he's incompetent and you feel he's incapable, just say to him, it's been wonderful getting to know you, but you know what? I think I'm gonna move on now and I wish you all the best. Or you address the need. What is it that he has not done that you need doing that you can ask him to do? Sometimes it's so much simpler than breaking down a person's spirit. And high value women will not have it said of them that they destroyed a man on their way to happiness. Because happiness is not likely to come if we believe this behavior is acceptable. Number 3, comparing him to other men. Oh, you know, my husband's friend did this for her. Oh, I wish somebody would do that for me. Oh, this man did this. When a man feels as though you are simply comparing him to the men in your head or the men on the streets, he feels invalidated and unappreciated. And I want to know if you would feel any different if a man kept talking about another woman and how she's a better woman and she does these things. It is not something that high value people discuss or communicate. Let's talk about what's in front of us. Let's remember to appreciate what is in front of us and not compare a man to any other man, especially the one in our head, the one we have been carving in our head, who is everything we could ever want, hope, and dream for. Let's not compare him to that guy. Let us measure him by our value system. Let us measure him by our goals, our purpose, and the things that we want to have in a relationship, our core needs. If we can measure that man to our core needs, to our purpose, and to everything else that we hold dear, and he wins, he's doing a good job. That's a great guy. Last but absolutely not least is criticizing a man for not being able to read your mind. As women, I don't know where we get this from. I am guilty. I used to be guilty, but I know better, so I do better. A man he cannot possibly read your mind, because the last girl he dated didn't like flowers, but you like flowers. The last girl he dated didn't like him calling all the time, but you like him calling all the time. It is perfectly okay to ask for your needs to be met instead of, I don't like it when you don't call me. I don't like it when you don't buy me flowers. Don't criticize a man, because men already live in a world where they criticize themselves. The inner world of a man is never one with a cheerleader clapping for him. It's always one where he is judging himself and holding himself to a standard that he sometimes is impossible. And so when we have a man in our lives and he brings in that feminine energy, he's hoping for a little bit of softness to ease his mind and make him feel like you're not such a loser. And so when we criticize him, when we say he hasn't done this and he should have done this, a man will feel within himself, I'm a loser and I can't do anything to please this woman. There's nothing I can do to please her. She's beyond me. I'm punching above my weight. I'm going to let her go. So we have to be careful that we don't get into criticizing a man for what he doesn't know, and we get into asking a man for what needs to be met. Again, there's a course that I've done in the Black Swan Relationship Academy called How to Talk to Men So They Listen. So help yourself to that course. Learn how to communicate to men. Join the House of Swans so we can continue to build these healthy love lives together. I'll see you in my next video. In the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye. If you've been listening to this broadcast, you feel that you identify with anything that I have said, I want you to know that we're not leaving you on your own. Actually, I have created a complimentary initial call with my coaches. You will be able from today onwards to call one of the coaches and have a conversation about the particular issue that is bothering you. This call is completely free. No obligation. It is our ministry and our service to you to make sure that we get to touch base with you, understand what's going on with you, and actually give you a moment to speak with a professional, maybe even for the first time in your life. But I don't know how long I'll be able to offer this to you, my darling swan. But whilst it is here and you're watching this video, please find the link below, or if you're on Instagram, comment help. Take care of you.